Why is this goddamn green like that? I don't like that. There you go. It's good, y'all. What's good, y'all? What's going on, man? It's your big homie, Big Bad, man. You know, this is the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. Thank y'all so much, man. Appreciate y'all. Let's see what this one is. What's going on, man? Appreciate you for tapping in and tuning in, man. Whoever you are, could have been anywhere else in the world. You're here with me, and so I got you, man. I appreciate you. Another groundbreaking video, man. I got to do it. Ain't no way around it, y'all. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it, man. Yeah, man. So I don't know if I'm the only one who realizes. I don't know if I'm the only one who understands, and I don't know if I'm the only one who's experiencing this. You know, I don't understand. If it's anybody else out there going through or having issues with not let's not say this, because I don't have issues with women at all. First and foremost, I love women. I cherish women. I appreciate women, need women, and want them. This ain't no This ain't no bashing. What's good? What's good, Debbie? Thank you so much for tapping in, tuning in. This ain't no woman bashing. This ain't none of that. This ain't none of that. Because guess what? Without y'all, people like me, is nothing. Most of my supporters, a lot of my support comes from women, you know? So why is it now? Why is it that nowadays relationships are harder to keep? Why is it now that relationships are virtually impossible to maintain? Um, like where would we find a mate? A lot of people, a lot of mean people in churches. Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. I know you, Debbie Two Cats. I know that. I know you switched the name up. I know that Two Cats. I know. Let me say that. Let me say something. Of course, it's hard to find a mate. Everybody's so isolated and divided. It's very hard. And the places that people think are the best to look be the places where most polluted people be at. Like Debbie said, a lot of people, a lot of mean people in churches. Some of the most judgmental people are in the church. Some of the most hypocritical people are in the church, you know? What she say? Right. So go to a bar, a park, library. Um, is that look, there's no right or wrong place to go to find somebody. And the thing about it is, it's not always about going and looking to find somebody. That's not what it's all about. Um, back in the, you got to ask yourself, what were we doing back in the day? We done got to the situation to this point now where everything's so virtual and so impersonal. You got to realize back in the day, and you can't go back in time, you can't do that. But back in the day, why were we so successful with relationships and shit like that? People were to the understanding back in the day, and they were in the reality of needing each other a little bit more. With all this, these agendas, these feminist agendas, these different movements that's going on, people don't even communicate or interact with each other on a regular, normal basis at all. Like I done met girls in the past, not girls, women. I met women in the past, you know, ladies in the past that I was just talking to and shit like that, and they asked me, "What's my social media?" That's a humongous, big red flag. And this why. Back in the day, you would meet a chick, you would meet a female, you would talk to her right then and there. You might be in their circles, work with, or whatever, however it goes, school, whatever. But you meet with them, and then you you get to know them, you exchange phone numbers, and you talk to each other on the phone. And you build a rapport with each other. You build a relationship with each other. You get to know that person. It was no Facebook and social media profiles and shit that you could go and spy on somebody or eavesdrop on somebody. You know, it's like, oh, I meet this girl. Her name is, just say I meet a girl and her name is Sally Mae. I'll say, what's your name on Facebook, Sally? Oh, my name is Sally Hot Girl Mae. So you go look on Facebook or whatever her social media profile is, and you interview her like that. So this whole process of these profiles and shit like that has took away a big chunk of that interview process, that getting to know you process. Because why would you really need to get to know somebody if you could scroll down their whole internet timeline and see what they've been on and been about for the last however long they've been online, 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, whatever. So it's taken away Social media has made us unsocial. Social media has made people non-social. You know, social media has got it just separated us and grouped us and divided us in these separate little groups that we're in now. You know, and the sad part about it is humans have not changed. Only times have changed. Humans still need mates. Men still need women. Women still need men. It's just we're living in a time now where they tells you you don't need a woman. And they have all the amenities provided to where you don't physically have to really depend on a woman or a man to get by, to live, to survive. With all these different amenities, like all these different jobs and positions in policemen, lumbermen, maintenance man, all these different positions, firemen, all these paramedics, all these different positions, all these different amenities that we have make it to where when you get into a fucking bit of trouble, you don't call your man no more. You call the man. You don't call your man, you call the man. You call the police, you call the fire department, you call this, you call that. We don't depend on each other no more. You don't depend on strong back Jack no more. Cause strong back Jack, and let me say something to all the ladies out here. The men, whether you don't want them or not, the men is your first line of defense. You see how people run as soon as you're about to say, I warn you, about to say something real, they run, you know, and it's sad. But a man is the family's first line of defense. The reason why people don't value a man is because they don't value families. They don't value hierarchy. They don't value the structures of life because all these amenities were given to them. It's okay to have education, and nobody wants to be with a dumb woman. Nobody wants to be with a dumb man. Nobody. It's great to have an education, right? But it's terrible when you've allowed education to outweigh your duty as a woman, or outweigh your duty as a man. See, now we're living in a time now where we don't have a lot of personal skills. A lot of people don't have a lot of skills, personal skills, like abilities. The ability to work on cars, to work on wood, to be craftsmen, to be masons, to be all these different builders, structure, thinkers, writers. We've given up all these abilities because we're become consumers instead of producers. We become a nation of takers and receivers instead of a nation of givers and producers and makers. So you have to realize everybody want to branch away from the old ways. Everybody wants to go ahead and far in the future, right? But life itself is a simple thing, and life itself has rules and structure to it. Even the day and night, there's a consistent structure to life. There's day, there's night. There's day, there's night. There's day, there's night. There's balance. Of course, Giggles. Of course. I know this. The way I'm speaking, y'all have to realize, I realize most people don't want to hear the truth, right? So I've learned to speak in a way to where I can make people rationalize and understand logic. Because logic is something that a lot of people don't have. Logic is something that's like mostly attributed to like men and shit like that. You know, and I'm not saying women are illogical. That's not what the fuck I'm saying. But what I'm saying is logic and structure and shit like that, that's mostly a man's trait. That's a man's trait. So if you don't have logic, structure, and shit like that, you won't even be able to grasp the truth and facts and data if it comes your way. So that's why I learned to slow down. I've learned to break down all angles so even my enemy can't stop me. Back in the Debbie said, back in the day, people were builders, but the industrial revolution, factories and companies. Then it's more population, so hold on. Then it's more population, so it's crowded and busy. I'm gonna say something to you, Debbie. Um, a lot of people think the population is so big and bad, and it's not. The thing of it is, a lot of people are choosing to live in these metropolitan, highly populated cities. A lot of people are choosing to pile on top of each other. See, the thing about it is, if you travel America, if you get in your car right now and you travel along America and go along the countryside of America and just drive, you will see nobody. You'll see nobody in these towns. You'll see hundreds of miles of just land. Hundreds of miles. But then they tell you, we're overpopulated in these big cities. And maybe the big cities might have more than they could chew off. I mean, more than they could bite. Maybe the big cities have bitten off more than they could chew, aka trying to facilitate and control and rule a certain amount of people. Maybe they're bitten off more than they could chew. But if you realize the world is mostly untouched and untapped. The world's mostly untouched and untapped. So we choose to pile on top of each other. So long story short, it's all about doing it the right way. A lot of people, majority of us, were raised to go about relationships in the wrong way. They tell most people nowadays in the last 10 to 20 years to 30 years have told the females to prioritize education over families and relationships, right? And that it sounds good. Get some money and don't think about no husband or no child or none of that. Don't worry about don't do what I did, right? Because the thing about it is, a lot of these older generation people, they chose badly or poorly, and they failed their children, or they did some shit that they had to deal with, aka made children and did shit, and they had to deal with it. So they made they gave that horror story to their child or to their daughter, and they scared her out of wanting to be married. And they told her, hey, no, don't prioritize no man, because you ain't gonna get nothing out of this. But go to school. And when you go to school and you get your money right, then prioritize the husband. Which is totally backwards. Totally backwards. Because whether people want to believe it or not, a woman's supposed to have even men too, but I'll say a woman first. Woman is supposed to use her prime years, aka her young, fruitful years, being a parent, being a wife, and being a family member. What happens is America has brainwashed the society into believing that giving your time and energy to society is more important than building for a family. And what I mean by that is, go to school for 20 years, 16 years. Your first 16 years of life, go to school. after them 16 years or shit. No, first 20 some years of life. You get what I'm saying? That shit's been, it's more than 16 years. About the first 20 years of life, be under my tutelage in school. And then after that, come work for me. And then after that, focus on yourself. Where did you have time to create a family at? Where did you have time to think about it? How could you take care of your husband? How could you take care of your husband? It's all about being right. Most people don't want to do the right thing. Don't do the right thing because most people, it's just sad. It's sad, man. Respect has disappeared as well. It did. But you know why respect disappeared? Because most people have done or are consciously and day to day doing so much. Oh, my bad, y'all. I ain't even plugged in. People are consciously. All right, fuck it. I'll take these off. Fuck it. Yeah, like I said, how would you narcissism is the new normal? I don't like that I don't like that narcissism shit because I'm gonna tell you that narcissism shit's it's a newfangled new word that they just put into the game and everybody's running with it. And yeah, it's realistic. Yeah, some people are narcissistic and all that, but I hate how people they how the, they coin these things. Like even what's that shit? Woke. The term woke, y'all. That term has been kidnapped and they've given that term to insane people. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just terrible timing, man. I just say, for as far as relationship goes, though, because that's what I'm focusing on. Because if we don't buckle down and figure out how to work with each other real quick, we're not gonna make it into the future. You see, the thing about it is, everybody's not supposed to, everybody's not supposed to have families. Everybody's not supposed to procreate and make children. Everybody's not supposed to. I understand that. Some people are just not made or ever going to do that. So it's not like I'm saying trying to force people to have children and shit. But I'm going to say this. If you don't have children, you don't exist into the future. So if you can't have a meaningful relationship with a woman, if you're a man, if you're a lady, if you can have a meaningful relationship with a man and get through your ups and downs together and just have the bigger picture mentality and do what's best for your family, create a family and have children, you don't exist into the future. Giggle says selfishness breaks up a lot of relationships. It does. Most of them. I'm going to tell you what breaks up a lot of relationships more than that. It comes from selfishness, of course, but distractions. When people are in relationships, right? When you're in a relationship, you're supposed to focus on that relationship. It's like me being a parent, especially being a single parent. I have to focus on everything that the kids need and make sure I do everything that they need. I have to think ahead of time. I have to think into the future. Like being a parent makes you a concerning citizen of the world. A good parent, being a good parent. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Before I had kids, I was thinking about myself. I was thinking about what I wanted, what I wanted to eat, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to think about, what I wanted to, who I wanted to have sex with this and that. I was thinking about myself when I was single, right? But when you have a family, you start thinking about the betterment of your environment. You start thinking about where you live at. You start thinking about what people are gonna eat. You start thinking about how you're gonna keep people healthy and alive. You think about how you're gonna get some money up so when the kids get up into the ages, you'll have something for them. And that's if you're a good parent. I don't even think about I can't think about pieces of shit and those type of people because I'm not one of them. So I can't even think to rationalize like those terrible parents and shit because I'm not one of them. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. I get upset just like anybody else. I get happy all the time. I'm going through the motions of life, you know? But what I would never do is lie to my children, mislead them, or lead them down the wrong path. And me being who I am, I'm thinking 20 years into the future and praying that I'm there. You get what I'm saying? I'm praying that I'm in the future with them. You get what I'm saying? So, what she say? Supposed to compromise with each other for the future. That's what it's all about. See, the thing about it is, we don't have gardens. We don't have land anymore. See, our ancestors and our people always have had land. They always had gardens. They always had farms. We always were, even the slaves were working. They knew how to till that land. They knew how to get something from a seed. See, it takes a strong-willed individual to make something from a seed. And that comes from family. That comes from anything you do. Your labor, anything you do. If you're one of those people who could start something from a seed and get some fruit produced, that's what life's about. The endurance, the going with the punches, the making sure things are stable and healthy so life can sustain. That's what it's about. Making sure everybody has what they personally need to develop. See, that's the thing. Everybody want to go through life and raise their children with this uniform, one size fits all, goddamn slave mentality glove. I have 3 children, right? Each one of them has different needs. They all have the same basic principle and physical needs, like, eating, sleeping, and all that, and drinking water, food, and healthy, all that shit. But each one of them is different. Each one of them requires a certain amount of attention. Each one of them requires a certain amount of love. Some's diets, each one of their diets are different. You get what I'm saying? And me being a caring, nurturing parent that I am, I make sure everybody's straight. My boy who don't eat all the vegetables and shit like that, I make sure he has his shit different ways. My daughter, whatever she likes, I make sure, like, you gotta cater to somebody. When you really love somebody, you'll do anything you can to make sure they're straight. But see, we've been taken so far away from what God has intended us to be. I done heard motherfuckers talk. I done heard sorry ass, piece of shit ass, no parent ass people talking about their kids. Like their kids was asked to be brought here in this planet. Nobody's child was asked to be here. Your sexual acts brought them here, or your love brought them here, or whatever happened, that's what brought them here. You know. Let me see what Debbie said. I barely survived childhood trauma. I was very messed up for years. I'm still getting a grip on reality. Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. Um, Not too many people love anymore. No, that's facts. But I'm gonna tell you something too. I've been through a lot of trauma too as a child. A lot of trauma. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. You know, I'm a man that's different as a man. But I will say this: nobody's pain. Nope. Yeah, never had children. I'm sorry, and I hope. I'm gonna say this too: it's not a bad thing. Like I said, everybody didn't supposed to have children or didn't have children. It's not necessarily a bad thing because those those are the best aunties in the world who don't have children. Those are some of the best sisters in the world who don't have children. Those are some of the best producers in the world who don't have children. It's not necessarily a bad thing. So, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. The reason I knew I was going to have children because the type of man that I am, I always wanted to spread my genetics on this planet, and not just with any woman. I wanted to have my wife and, shit like that. So me, I have a different purpose. I have to spread and I have to teach and I have to spread. That's my purpose. Um, that's my purpose. I know what I am. Spread the truth, spread love, and spread light all around everywhere you go. And I always did it on a hand-to-hand basis wherever I go. But I just thank God I'm able to get on this internet and have people, um, even the humble few rocking. Nah, for real. Bless all y'all. I love y'all too, man. And everything we're going through and what we've been through, you use your testimony to save somebody else. That's what you do. That's what you can do. I'm not telling you what to do, but you can definitely use your testimony of things that you've been through to save somebody else. You can save some of the other young ladies and be an advocate of whatever you've been through and save some other generation so they won't have to go through it. Turn that negative into a positive. That's what I did. Me going through what I went through gave me a lot of strengths. Shit, give me some strength. I'm straight. I'm blessed, man. Ain't nothing I can't go through. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. But as far as relationships go, y'all, I'm just gonna be real. It's almost impossible. Because when you got a woman and she's watching TV or movies or social media, oh God, that shit is it's poisonous. I'm telling you, it's poisonous. They'll be like, oh, we should do this. We should go fly to Miami. We should do this. We should do that. Yeah, we can do everything. I'm gonna say one thing about life. Life is meant to be lived and have fun and all that. But the logic I never understood, because I like going on vacations and shit, but I never understood the logic of people flying and going to other places to spend months rent just to play house for a few days in another place. I like to travel, like I said, but I never understood that shit. Never. Yeah, I'm very happy that my children are in their 30s because the children of today are being destroyed by all the crap going on in the schools, etc. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm homeschooling my kids, man. I'm trying my best to keep everything in order and keep going, because it's hard work, man. But I'm gonna tell you, if you want good results out of somebody, you got to build and nurture, and it all comes from relationship. If you can't love the person that you're with and see, first you have to see if they're true to you and make sure everything's true and right. But once you feel regularize everything is good and true, why would you cheat? Why would you leave? Good on you, big bang. I don't know. Yeah. Hey man, Scared for the kids nowadays. Yeah, facts. Yeah, it's bad out here, y'all. It's real bad out here. I just pray to God. I just pray to I just pray that people get to the point where they stop going with the fucking flow. But it goes to the fact of the foods. It goes to the fact of all this. It's a lot we got to deal with, man. But if you can purify yourself, I'm telling you, you can purify yourself because you're looking at a man. I'm now. Y'all check this out. I'm running off straight energy now. I drink coffee and I eat, but I barely even eat. Like now I'm eating like 1 or 2 meals a day. Like my kids eating all day long. I'm cooking 3 meals a day for them. But me, I just been on some purging shit. Like, you know, I'm telling you, like, life is doing something different with me right now. And it's beautiful. I appreciate it. Just glad to be alive, man. And I'm doing my best to try to give a good word out here, man. Abuse of our children, yeah, it is. It takes courage to look within and correct myself. Yeah, it does. You can do it. You got it. You do it. You're doing it. You're already doing it. You probably done did it already. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say this: nobody, no matter what we've been through, can't be letting nobody break us. Because I'm gonna tell you what, there's always somebody going through horrible things all around the world. That's what always humbled me to get through my shit. I was like, damn, somebody's going through worse. You know? Yeah, yeah. Homeschool. My 3-year old, he's not old enough, but he's still learning. But yeah, of course, I've been doing that with my daughter her whole life. And my son, this is his first year. Like right now, I'm focusing on everything, but really, I'm trying to teach him how to read. He's eager on reading, so he's trying to learn that right now. We're working on that, and man, it's not easy, man, but it's not hard either. It's not hard, and everything's legal. I'm doing everything the right way. It's just a matter of time. You don't have enough time in life. You know, you need a woman. You can't do this shit by yourself. It's not. You can, but it's not intended to be by. You know. Hey, I'm doing my best, y'all. I am a good father, though. I ain't gonna lie. Every day when every day I ask my kids what y'all want for dinner, like, and pretty much they get exactly what they want. And it's not just about food. It's not about none of that. It's about the whole thing. Like, you literally have to want to love and cater to somebody, man. You have to learn how to give yourself to somebody. When you learn how to submit yourself to somebody, you could really be with somebody and have a good relationship, and be a good father and be a good brother and be a good man. Because when you're able to submit yourself to, like me, I submit myself to my children, and it's like whatever they want. Oh, you want some pancakes? He wants this. You want that? I gotta make it happen. Guess why? They didn't ask me to be here. I asked them to be here. So since I brought them in this world, I'm gonna take care of them until they can take care of themselves, and that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Yeah, they are safe with me. Boosh, shoosh. Yo, it's a cold world out here, y'all. Please. That's why I'm just doing whatever advocacy I can for real men and for women too, because we need each other, y'all. You think it's cute, everybody thinks it's cute that you're doing this shit. But when you go to sleep at night, even if you had a man come, he gonna leave, that's not a good feeling. Me, I don't have women coming and going because I just don't, you know. I want shit. I want a family, put it like that. And God been got my back. You know, you know, I pray that every day to Mola. God been taking care of me. Man, God been taking care of me because I take care of God. I do what I can for him. He can do what he can for me. And you know, he meets my needs and I do my part. I do whatever I gotta do. I don't blame anything on God. I'm not even living in the mythical sense that thinking like, oh, some miracle's gonna happen. No, I be thinking, boy, you better do it because it won't be done. And if you do God's will, if you do things with God on your mind and walk and live and think with God on your mind, you'll be in the right direction. You know, that's all you can do. Now, as far as relationships, it's hard to find somebody who's equally yoked or on that mentality. If you're a good person, it's hard to find a good woman, boy. Good man, it's hard to find a good woman. Oh God. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Women, a lot of them, they lead. If they like a man, right? This where they go wrong. I'm gonna tell you where women go wrong with locking a man down and getting a good man, the one you want. A lot of these new type of women, and I'm not saying just in general, the ones from my dealings with women, and I'm a ladies man. A lot of them, if they like you, they'll give you sex, right? But they don't give up the commitment and the relationship shit. They'll give a man they really like and want to be with sex before they'll give commitment and like submission and relationship status. You know, like, oh, I'm yours, you're mine type shit. Like that shit. And I don't understand that because if you're giving up sex, that's the best thing you could give. Entry to your soul, entry to your womb, entry to your gates, to your inside your universe. It's the best thing a woman could give a man. So once you're giving up sex to him, before you're giving up relationships, see, it's got to be like the old times. You meet a chick, you talk to her, you get to know her, you start going steady with her. Then you get into a relationship. Then once you get into a relationship, then you start getting sex. That comes with being with a woman. Having sex comes with being with a woman. Having a partner. That's what that comes with. That's not, it shouldn't be the only thing the relationship is based on. So when women just give up sex, pussy, whatever you want to call it, vagina, when they just give it up, it it messes everything up because you're supposed to give it up, right? But you're supposed to give it up to your boyfriend, to your mate, to your man, to your husband. If you make a man realize that you want to get into the relationship and you want to be in a relationship with him, primarily a marriage, and tell him that sex is basically my entry to my body and all this and full access to my body is really based on exclusive relationship. You know, that if women still carry themselves like that, like if you want some of this pussy, you gotta be my man. If women still did that like they used to do back in the days, they could get the man they want and shit could go back to good ways. You know what I mean? It could really go back to it, you know? Because who don't like dating? Who don't like walking hand in hand, holding hands with their boyfriend and their girlfriend, their man and their woman? Who don't like holding hands? That is the true connection. And people might be like, "Oh, you sound like a simp." No, you don't realize. People don't realize because they don't understand the connection between the man and the woman. If you're walking together, grounding your feet in the dirt, both of y'all's. Why do you think back in the old days they would walk hand in hand and take their shoes off and tie the shoes around their neck and put the shoes or hold the little sandals in their hand, or the man would hold her sandals and they would walk down the street together in the dirt, grounding themselves and becoming one with nature's hand in hand, one with nature, one. People don't understand this is all fucking science. It's all fucking earth magic. But most of the people are not aligned and in tune with nature and reality. So they think, I'm gonna dress up, I'm gonna make myself look real good. I'm gonna make him pay because I ain't paying for shit. Because if I pay, then fuck that, I ain't paying for shit. I'm cheap. Then I'm gonna look good, so he gonna want me. So he gonna do whatever I say, and then I I ain't gonna give him no pussy because he ugly. But I'm gonna go on these dates and I'm gonna eat all his food. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go out with him. I'm gonna get in his car. I'm gonna waste his time. I'm gonna potentially trick him and confuse him. That's how rapes and all these other bad situations happen because women play with men and shit. And I'm not blaming no fucking rape on a fucking on a woman. Never is what I'm doing. But I say if a woman wouldn't put herself in a situation with hanging out with a bunch of dudes, riding around in the car with a bunch of dudes, going on a date with a bunch of dudes, leading a bunch of dudes on, you wouldn't get put in them situations. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, I can clarify that before anybody twists anything I say. So yeah, if you go back to the old ways, if you go back to saying, I like you. Hey, I like you too. Well, what's your name? What's your name? Give me a number. I'll call you sometime. Please do. You know, please call me. That'll be nice. And then walk away. You don't remember them? You don't remember them days? You don't remember them days? Now, see if you got a woman, bring her something home. If you got a woman, bring her something home. If you got a man, make sure shit's great when he come home. Make sure the house is clean, got some candles burned, you put sprayed some Glade, you done did whatever you could, freshen it up, you got some food cooked. It's ways and things that both people could do. A man could bring home a gift, bring his lady home a gift. You know, come home, give her a kiss on the forehead, tell her I love you, I'm about to go get myself straight and we gonna damn talk. That type shit, you know, that type shit, real bond, real love. But we done lost our way because everybody watching social media, so bitches want, excuse my language, women want to damn have BBLs and plump lips, and because they want to look like everybody they watching. But everybody they watching want to live like you because they don't have a regular life. So you looking at them, and y'all hit the like button for me, please. Share it so this message can go out, more people can come in. Please hit the like button, and you can share if you want, but it's not about that. Just hit the like button. You know, a hot meal and a nice foot rub. Oh my God. If a woman gave me a foot rub and a meal, see, the thing about it is women don't realize men die for y'all. Men go to work every day for y'all. Men have nice cars for women. Men buy clothes for y'all. See, now the thing is, men get comfortable, and everybody gets comfortable when they done been with somebody and they start falling off and shit like that, right? But that's where you go wrong. If you stay on your toes and keep yourself fresh and edgy and all that, you'll never lose a woman's interest. And she should never lose your interest, no matter how much weight she gains or whatever's happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's really about the love, man. People forgot how to love. And the love is the only thing that could set us free. I'm going to tell you something. Love is the only thing that you could take with you in the afterlife, man. Do you not know that? You take your love, you take your emotions with you. That's the only thing that's going with you. Your hate, your love, your envy, your this, your that, your deeds. That's the only thing that's going with you. Your mentality, the brain, your thoughts, your soul. That's all that's going with you. This body's going to stay down here. And the soul's, you know what I mean? So learn how to live with your soul. Learn how to think with your soul. Learn how to love with your soul, man. Too many people loving with their coochies and their ding-dings. They don't love with their soul. But if you love somebody, look, let me prove this something to y'all. When somebody you know that's passed away, when you think a positive loving situation or think about them, you can feel them, can't you? Because that love travels through multi dimensions. That love is like a beacon of light, a bong, bong, like a fucking lighthouse into other dimensions, and your dead relative or transcended relative can hear it and feel it and see it and come back and answer to your beacon. So love is all we got. And we don't even know how to do that. How, y'all? You know why? I make more money than you. I need a man who I make 75. I make $90,000 a year. I need a man who makes 200,000. Yeah, I make $80,000 a year. I need a man who makes 160,000. Not realizing just because you make a lot of money because you went to school and didn't value a family, your money and plus his little 50, 60,000 he makes would be a magical lifestyle together. But people can't humble themselves and say, hey, okay, I make a little bit more money than him, but he's still a man. This is still what it is supposed to be. I just built myself up with this education to where I point out I'm making a little bit more money, which is a great thing. Because, oh, boom, my wife's bringing in 90,000. Now I'm bringing in 60,000. 90 plus 60, do the math. That's 15. 150, 150,000 a year. You telling me you can't live good with 150,000 a year? But your ego says, oh no, he ain't bringing in that much. So when I go to the store, he can't pick nothing up. So your stupid ego and your Eurocentric mindset has kept you from having a family. If you were gonna go get the bag was for the family. Love is the key to set us free. It is. God is love. There is no love, then God. If there's no love, then God's not there. Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you, real love, man, you can get some real love from your children, man. You can get some real love from your children, man. Like unconditional love, man. Like if you're a good, dedicated dad, man, they ain't gonna turn their back on you, man. Cause you constantly providing and answering needs and wants and shit. Like, that's what it's all about. It's about being decent to each other, man. Giving each other the keys to success, man. As a man, we're supposed to provide and protect you. How can I provide and protect you if you won't let me hold you? I hear a lot of young ladies base their choices of a man on his yearly income. It's exactly what I'm saying. I'm telling you, just sickening. I'm telling you. I know what's going on because I know I know what the women are doing because I'm a man. And what they're doing is wasting their time and wasting their lives. They're gonna look up and it's gonna be too fucking late. And that's the sad realities about this shit. You don't have to waste your time in your life. Find somebody in love with your soul. And just not anybody. Find a good person in love with your soul. And stop just latching on to people because you made a physical connection with them. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. Judge a person by their deeds, their ways, their thoughts, and their actions, man. Oh, he got money, this and that. That don't mean he's a good motherfucking man. A lot of these evil demons got money. Because the demons are the ones who make the money. They print the money. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Thanks for tapping in, Colin, for real talk. Because I'm telling you, there's no future. Look, I seen a statistic, y'all, and I know it's more than just black people on here. And let me say what this statistic said. It said by the year 2030, the yearly income of the black family will be 0%. By the year 2030, which is in what year is this? 23. That's in 7 years, less than 7 years, 6 months, and 6 years and some months. The black family income will be zero. What? This is what statistics are saying. Guess what? You know why? We've been, they've made us destroy each other. The black family, you don't see the war between man and women going online? The anti-man, anti-woman propaganda where the women are arguing with the men on these panels and all this dumb shit that these just pearly things and all these fucking what do you call them, fucking clout chasers are out here doing, you know? Yeah, total control. That's exactly what they're gonna do. And then why they're gonna get it is because every time they come out with something new, y'all participate. Motherfuckers got motherfuckers got cameras in their houses, bro. That are, oh, I can look at it on my phone, and yeah, and they could look at you while you're gone. They could look at you while you're home. They listening to you and your wife's conversations. They're listening and recording what you're doing. It don't even matter if you're not a criminal, because criminals aren't supposed to be in the world. I like, being a straight guy, non-criminal guy. But I'm gonna say this: if you ain't criminal, they record when you fart. They record if you yell. They record if anything you do. So now you're like literally in your house, like, yeah, because it's on. The camera's on. And what did y'all let them do to us? It's 2023. The world we're almost facing World War III. And guess what? We can't even work together as a man and woman. We can't even keep a family together. And it's almost World War III. What y'all gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? You better find somebody in love with your soul, somebody good. If something happens, exactly, too, Debbie. I see that. Nuclear possibilities, exactly. Total control and some in detention center. Man, they're locking. You're right, bro. We have allowed too much of their technology and lost our way as loving, compassionate beings. We have. We have. Don't consent. Yeah, and you know what consent is? Signing up on these apps when you hit the I agree. Every time you hit that I agree, you're consenting to some shit, and you possibly have sold your soul and you don't even understand it. All these I agrees, you're giving up freedoms, you're giving up rights to your privacies and all that shit, man. Y'all better realize, man. Less is more, man. Simple is best. Love is all we got. If you don't love, man, if you don't love, what is you gonna do? If you don't got nobody to love and shit, you don't wanna be like me, have 3 kids and be single. You don't wanna be like that. At least I got my 3 kids, but I'll be real with you. I'm not the selfish guy trying to bring women to do it. I'm not doing all that shit, bro. I say live like the Amish do. Me too. Me too. I say live like the African villagers too. Anybody who's living tribal, man, live like them. That's what I say. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, if all this electricity and look, you put the light out, you can't see nothing, and you just gonna have to do what you gotta do anyway. You know. So all these lights and shit, man, electricity and shit, man, it's beautiful to have, it's comfortable to have, but are we too comfortable? Are we too comfortable? Better find somebody to love, man. Stop playing with your life. Word up. I'm looking, but I'm gonna be real. I can't just I can't just be like that with everybody, man. I can't love everybody, man. Being honest with you. My boy said he living like that. Boy. My boy. Hey, bro, that's how I wanted to be. I ain't living right, but I ain't gonna lie to you. No, I am living right. I'm something wrong to say that I'm living right, but bro, boy, my boy said he thugging already. He ready for the end of the days. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna cap. I used cash as much as I can. Yeah, facts. Nah, bro, shut up, bro. You tweaking, bro. Nah, you tweaking, bro. 5,000 feet. Oh man. Boy, you better find a lake or fucking stream and get up in there. You tripping, bro. You tripping, bro. You better damn. I know you're surviving like that, but I'm addicted to water, boy. I ain't gonna lie. Look, listen, I don't waste no water, but while the water's running, man, one thing I'm gonna miss in the future is baths and showers. I'm gonna miss showers and shit. And then I just got out the shower. I ain't even eat. I just wanted to get on here with y'all. But in reality, hell no, bro. You gotta take a shower, bro. Go to the motherfucking town. Oh boy. Well, you're straight though. Shit, you're straight. Yeah, you're straight. My boy is out there. You straight. Just damn hold it down. Do what you do. But try to goddamn get you. But goddamn, you better find some water, man. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. You just talking about yeah, you just talking about shower. I know what you're talking about, bro. I know. I know what you're talking about. Cause I done had to do that. I done took them mixed cold with the hot water. But I done did it all, bro. But my shit was like poor situations and shit. You know, my shit was different. My shit was poverty and shit. Lights out, this or that, whatever. You know. But those I love it, man. God's good. You learn how to do everything, man. You know, and as a man, you need to have all the fucking skills. Daddy, I need to make this. Daddy, I need to make a husband, I need this. Hey, help me do this. Like you gotta have all the fucking skills, man. So it's a blessing to go through struggle and shit in life. You have to embrace your fucking you have to embrace your life, man. Embrace what you've been through. Embrace who you are, you know? Um, I was bathing, that's why I wasn't chatting. I was listening. Facts. Facts. I was in the old West part. Yeah, yeah. Facts. Yeah, nah, that's a fact, bro. I'm with you. I done did that shit, bro. Come on, bro. He ain't lying though, bro. I done did that shit, bro. Like, look, I'm talking about mixing. I'm talking about I was so thug with my shit. I would take it and put it in the bath, and I kept boiling pots of hot water and pouring it in and made it to the bath. So by the time I filled the tub up, the water was cold. That's how thug my shit was. I was trying to take a civilized bath. I might as well should have just. But ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I'm gonna tell you what. People all around the world are living in all kind of ways that are not quote unquote normal. And ain't nothing wrong with that, man, because we're the motherfuckers who gonna survive. Only the strong are gonna survive, man. Y'all don't realize that shit. People are dropping dead nowadays. Dropping. We do got this. We gonna do it, Colin. We gonna do it. Believe me, we got to do it. Because if I don't do what I'm doing, bro, why do you think I'm getting on here every day to waste my time? No. And guess what? I got the same humble people who watch me. And I noticed that. Out of all these 1,000 people supposedly subscribe, I got the same humble people who watch. And God bless y'all, because it's not that I'm just getting on here to talk to people. I'm trying to help and do what I can do so we can stop living like we're living. Yeah, I'll be down. I'll be down joking and shit, man. Mm-hmm. Nah, facts. I know you ain't no bum, bro. You just threw me off at first. Boy, oh yeah, you threw me off at first. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Threw me the fuck off, bro. But I ain't like some people just say random shit. Like, look, let me tell y'all something funny today. That was random as hell. I ain't gonna say nobody's name, but somebody said, it's time. It's like, time for what? Nigga say, it's Vaseline time. Bro, I bust out laughing because I ain't understand what this nigga was talking about, right? He putting Vaseline on his lips, which is not wrong with that. But I was just like, bro, the fuck, get you some chapstick, my nigga. Well, it was so funny, bro. That shit was funny. Nigga just bust out and say, it's Vaseline time. But I respect everybody on their grind doing their thing. I ain't shooting no shots at nobody. But yeah, man, you gotta live life and have fun with this shit, man. Every day's a blessing and a lesson, man. Every day's a blessing and a lesson. Yeah, man. Every day's a blessing and a lesson. So when you wake up, man, I'm just telling you, try to just do this shit the old way. If you meet somebody, do it the old way, man. If you want some love, do it the old way, man. Run up on a chick with some pen and a paper and make her laugh. Be like, yeah, man, let me get your number. What's your number? Yeah, have a cell phone right in your pocket. Still do it like that. Hit her with a business card. I mean, you could do all that professional shit too, but you really want to be fun and real. So have that pen and that paper. I'm gonna try that pen and that paper. I promise I am. Right, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that pen and that paper like back in the day. And because if I want something real, I'm gonna do it the real way, like back in the day. It's new shit. What's your profile? What's your Facebook? What's your Instagram? Man, hell no. You just want to see if I got some money, huh? The fuck? The world's corrupted, y'all, man. The world's corrupted, y'all. We're gonna be all right if we do all right. If you do all right, you might be all right. But if you don't, you can't expect nothing, man. Can't expect nothing if you ain't doing that, man. I pray for the day where I could see more man and woman holding hands and kissing and on dates and not just looking like they on those superficial trying to spend money dates. I'm talking about them good old talking and getting to know you dates, them walking hand in hand and and holding when it gets cold and that shit. Give your girl your jacket type shit. Yeah, we're in the future. I know that. Who cares? But guess what? When the robots come, motherfuckers are gonna be desperate for hands. Motherfuckers are gonna be desperate when the robots come out. Post-war, after the war, motherfuckers are gonna be desperate. Motherfuckers are desperate now. So if I'm just being a hopeless romantic, so what? Let me be a hopeless fucking romantic. Because I'm gonna tell you something. We are in the future. Yes, we are. But right now, if this shit keeps going like this, we won't have a future. Straight up. So if niggas don't goddamn go back, it ain't about going back. If people don't learn how to interact with each other, yeah, it's grass. I done seen people nowadays who walk around and talk to themselves. Like, okay, I'm talking to this camera, but that's why I do these lives, because at least I'm on live talking to some people, So it's just not me talking to myself to a screen. You know what I mean? That shit lame as hell. I used to do a bunch of pre-recorders where I'm just talking to the screen and shit. That shit lame as hell. I'd rather talk to somebody. You know what I mean? Build real relationships with people. Like, all my good people, man, been supporting me for a long time, man. Thank y'all. I just say, you never seen Ready Player One. You never seen Demolition Man. You never seen these movies. You don't know what the future predicts. Man, on Demolition Man, when it was time to make love, when it was time to have sex, they had to put a headset on and they damn touched hands. They had virtual sex, but they were next to each other. So in the future, you won't even be permitted to have vaginal penis intercourse sex because it's going to be illegal. You know why? You ain't going to be able to procreate in the future. You don't realize that? So if you don't have babies now, you won't never have children. You don't realize that? It doesn't matter. It's not up to me. I rock with you, babe, because I don't have time for fake ass people. And I know if you and me live close, we'd be homies. Yeah, facts, bro. You know that, bro. Facts. I already know that. Bro, I'm gonna be real with y'all. YouTube will never let me get where I need to go. Yeah, that virtual sex is for real. Did you remember, Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone and the little pretty white lady, I forget her name, Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone, where they did the virtual sex on Demolition Man. Look it up on YouTube if you don't have Demolition Man at home. Look up the virtual sex scene with Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, me too. I got a bunch of friends on YouTube. I got real live friends on YouTube that I'm all around the nation with, all around the world with, real friends. But I would say this too, in life I got a bunch of real friends too, but life is just a path. People take their own paths, Birds of a feather flock together, bro. Exactly. I love y'all, man. Birds of a feather definitely flock together, man. I love y'all too, man. I'm about to come down under. Bros always welcome at my joint. If shit gets real, move to a higher ground. Exactly. I'm gonna be real with it. I'm gonna tell y'all something secret. Whether it's let me tell y'all a story since I got some people on here, man, rocking with me. I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. It was a white dude. I used to work in a parking deck and in a hospital, a big ass parking company at a parking deck and shit. I just worked for the parking company, but I used to sit in this deck in this booth, and my job was to collect tickets and collect money. As people come out, and I collect their tickets, however long they was in there, I charge them and take their money, so they pay to get out. And every day I was watching this dude. you know, you feel somebody staring at you and shit. So every day this dude was staring at me. He was sitting in the parking lot staring at me. And I felt it, and I couldn't never really feel it. I couldn't never find him. But on the last day, like the last few days, I found this motherfucker and I spotted him out. So when I spotted him out, he ran up on me. The first day he didn't get out the car. The second day, he was still staring. So I stared him down like, bro, I see you. The third day, he got out the car where I seen him the third day watching me. Got out the car and he ran up to my booth, walked up to the booth. He stepped in my booth. He opened the booth and put his foot in my booth. And it's just a box, like just like the size of inside of a car, like no room. So I felt like, bro, this nigga cornered me in here. So like he was like, bro, I've been watching you, this and that. And I don't want to say this too much, but I'm just gonna say it, y'all, because I know y'all rocking with me, and it's the truth. This is real story. Real life happened. He said, I'm a CIA retiree or something. He retired from the CIA. And he said, people like you, I don't want to say it, man. He said, people like you are going to make it into the something. He was saying, he said, when the planet comes in orbit, some other planet comes in orbit, he said, humans are going to turn rabid, right? And he said, when they turn rabid, the humans that are alpha males or have some type of higher alpha male, whatever he said you're going to swell up and you're going to get bigger and you're going to go primal. And he said, and then he just where he threw me off. He was like, how big is your dick? He's like, yeah, I bet you got a big dick. And I said, man, leave. I said, man, shut the fuck up. Like, what the fuck? Like, because I was already not rocking with the nigga from how he was talking, you know, on some government shit. And I'm like, he was like, yeah. He's like, I said, why are you talking about this, bro? He's like, nah, when you turn, he said, your dick's gonna get way bigger than that, and you're gonna swell up bigger than that. And I was like, bro, like, you're tripping. He's like, no, I'm not tripping. And he showed me some shit. He showed me some footage, and I'm not gonna talk about it. But he showed me some footage. And they simulated that in a lab. And it's real. The niggas swole up and shit happened. Like, I seen some shit with my own eyes. And when this dude was showing me shit and telling me shit, and for the next few days he would come to me and show me and tell me shit, write words down, do a little this, a little that. And he told me when it happens, and this is why I was telling the story. He said, whatever happens when it happens, you have to be 5,500 feet above sea level. He said you have to be 5,500 feet above the sea level. And he said, once you're that high, you'll be all right. He said, but everything else will be swept under. And this, he says, possibly going to happen from an asteroid hitting the ocean and flooding shit out with a big tsunami or whatever. But this is what the man told me, the ex-CIA dude told me. And I never told many people that story. I told some my family and shit, they all know. But I ain't never really put this online because this was a long time ago. This was about 2011, around that time. So yeah, and he told me I'm one of the ones and this and that, and I'm like, bro, I know I'm one of the ones, but it was like he was watching me. But I'm gonna tell you why he was there at the parking lot. He said his mom was having surgery. So his mom was having surgery and shit, but he was also looking at me and basically spying on me the whole time. Cause he was like, he knew who I was and all this crazy shit. Yo, this world is, people think, you think this shit is what it, that's why when I'm online, yeah, I'm online, but boy, I'm putting it all on the line. You understand me? But I'm not going against nobody or no. I speak nothing ill against no agency because I respect all the agencies and what they have to do. They got jobs to do, man, to protect the nation. And if that's really what their job is for, they supposed to. That's good. Do your job. I'm not against nobody, man. I'm just saying it's really like that out here, y'all. It's really like that. And I don't know who I am, but I know what I am, and I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And I know, man, if we don't figure out how to become men and women be women, if we don't figure that shit out, it's too late. But yeah, bro did tell me that, and he told me some words, and some of the words I looked up, and a lot of the words he told me was in the Bible and stuff. So it's a lot going on, y'all. You just got to be aware and be ready, man. I love y'all, appreciate y'all, but I'm off of here. You know, I got to go in there and eat. I'm hungry as hell, man. Gotta eat. It's your big homie, Big Beta, and me. Y'all hit the like button for me, man. Hit the share button. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. I'm pretty sure most of y'all are subscribed, but if you ain't subscribed, subscribe because my subscriptions ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. I'm just frozen. And I don't know what I could do. I don't pay for subscriptions and no fuck shit like that, you know. But it'd be nice if you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. But I'm Big Bad A. I'm never gonna lie to you. I'm always gonna keep it real with you. I'm always gonna tell you the truth, man. From the bottom of my heart to yours, man. We can restore families if we become the same like we used to be, you know. Good night, y'all.